This is going to be an anti-AA/NA/12-step post. This is not a normal thing that I talk about typically. I obviously talk about politics, but I feel like this is something that needs to be said. I've been trying to deconstruct from 12-step meetings for quite a while now, actually. I never really realized just how harmful they are. I always had a feeling deep down that like something was just off about them, but I went because I had nothing else. I had nowhere else to really go in terms of like trying to get sober, trying to better my life. That was all I knew. That's all that was there. So it was like the only choice I had. I mean, there are so many reasons why I think 12-step meetings are harmful. And I've gotten past the point where I think that, like, yeah, it's harmful, but, like, it works for some people. I've gotten past that. I think it's just harmful altogether. The success rate of AA/NA is no more than it is when people spontaneously recover. It's no more. But what they do is they manipulate you. They tell you that you have to have this gift of desperation, and then they coerce you into doing things that many people don't necessarily want to do. You know, you're told that you have to get a sponsor, and they do this thing where like, well, there are only suggestions, yet they tell you, oh, if you go back out, you're gonna drink, and if you drink, you're gonna die. Is that really a suggestion? It's pretty goddamn manipulative, if you ask me. But, you know, they tell you have to get a sponsor, someone who's not trained at all in these things, and they tell you that you have to talk about these deep, deep things that, again, they're just not trained to handle. There's this thing called a sex inventory, if you guys have ever done, I think it's a fifth step. And there are many, many women, and I'm going to mention some men too, that talk about their experiences of being SA'd or raped or things like that, and they have to find their fault in the situation. You have to find your fault when you got raped, when you got SA'd. How fucked up is that? It's extremely harmful. It's very predatory. There's this joke in 12-step meetings called the 13th step, where there's a newcomer and you start dating them or sleeping with them or whatever, and they all joke, they all laugh about it, but that's incredibly fucking predatory as well. Incredibly predatory, taking advantage of somebody who's just trying to get sober and just going into the meetings and things. That's incredibly predatory. It borderlines on SA and rape, and many times it does actually cross that line. But they laugh about it. Let's see, what else? They claim it's not religious, that it's spiritual. Well, that's fucking bullshit. That is complete fucking bullshit. Why do you have religious prayers in there? I mean, you do the Lord's Prayer. That's fucking religious. Okay? You can try to dress it up all you want. It's religious. And they can tell you that you can believe in any God that you want. Well, I don't believe in any God. Okay? And they say, well, it could be a doorknob. It could be nature. All right. Well, then you're supposed to pray? You're supposed to pray to a fucking doorknob? You're supposed to pray to nature? So essentially you just want me to just speak out loud to something? I mean, it's ridiculous. And then I think another harmful part is the language that they use. Sober, clean, relapse. I think those are all harmful words. I think putting people in a position where they feel like that they have to get completely quote unquote sober from everything, and that's also bullshit too, by the way. Okay, they say you can't use any mind or mood altering substances. Yeah, they're all drinking fucking coffee and having cigarettes. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but nicotine and caffeine are mood and mind altering and can be very addictive. Okay, somehow that's okay. I don't know why, but other things aren't okay. A little weird. But yeah, anyways, and number one, not number one, I'm probably like number 7 at this point. They call it a disease, not a disease. It's called substance use disorder, not a disease. It's completely outdated. It's 100 years old. It hasn't caught up with the science in the least fucking bit. It's just not a good thing. I feel like there's someone. I'm gonna have to make more posts about this. Really, I know there's definitely more things. I think that covers most of the issues that I have with it, though. Oh yeah, the other thing I was going to talk about is harm reduction. For most people, harm reduction is going to be a better approach, um, there's this shame type nature in 12-step meetings that you're almost like not allowed to feel good in some sense, that you have to be clean, and the more clean you are the better. And I know this isn't everybody in 12-step meetings, but some people say you're not clean if you're on antidepressants, or another one I fucking hate is if you're on Suboxone or something like that, or methadone. Yeah, I'm sorry, Suboxone and methadone saves lives, all right? And they tell you that you can't be on it, or you can't share you can't share meetings with if you're on that stuff. It's just so harmful. I don't know why it took me this long to realize that. Very, very harmful. But yeah, harm reduction is typically going to be a better approach for most people. Putting people in this position where they feel like they cannot touch anything at all, and then instilling this mindset, if they do, they have no control over it. So what you're doing is you're putting people in a position, in a mindset where when they do quote unquote relapse, which again is a term I don't like, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of them fucking up their lives so much because they feel that that they have to. That's what they're told that they would do if they start using again. So I mean, the research absolutely shows that harm reduction is a better option for most people. Absolutely shows that. So again, being on Suboxone, being on methadone saves lives for many people. Being on antidepressants for some people can save their lives. I do urge you, if you go to 12-step meetings, that you start looking out for these things a little bit more. I urge that you just be cognizant of these things. That's it. Again, I know it has quote-unquote worked for some people. I would argue once again that it's probably not the 12-step meetings. It's probably just simply you socializing with people when you probably just... people's lives sort of naturally get better when you stop using certain substances. So, anyways, that's all I got to say about this, but I do want to talk about this topic more because I think this is a good topic to talk about, and it can get sort of loosely related back to politics. But I hope this does help somebody.